Hello student, myself Narayan Sharma. Today I like to discuss one of the wonderful topic of mathematics, that is quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. Okay. So how can we define a quadratic equation? We can define a quadratic equation like this: an equation having degree 2 is called quadratic equation. So before quadratic equation, we have to know about the linear equation. Already you know the linear equation. So how can we define a linear equation? Linear equation can be defined as an equation having degree 1. Yes. An equation having an equation of degree 1 is called linear equation. Okay, so we can define a linear equation like this: an equation of degree 1 is called a linear equation. Example can be cited as 2x plus 5 equal to 0. So this is a linear equation. Why it is linear equation? Because in this equation you see we have two terms. One is 2x, another one 5. So the degree of 2x is 1 and degree of 5 is 0. So what is the maximum degree? The maximum degree is 1. So maximum degree 1, and this is called linear equation. An equation of degree 1 is called a linear equation. So after linear equation, the next it is quadratic equation. Already I gave the definition. How we can define a quadratic equation? An equation of degree 2. An equation of degree 2 is called quadratic equation. Okay. So some examples of quadratic equations are 2x square plus 5x plus 7 equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. Why this one quadratic equation? First, you see how many terms of this equation? Already we have 3 terms. First time it is 2x square. 2x square. The term 2x square degree is degree 2. Degree 2 because the maximum number of variable is 2. So the maximum number of variable is 2, that is called degree. So in 2x square we have degree 2. Then next term it is 5x. 5x degree 1. And next term it is 7. Okay. So 7 degree is 0. So now what is the maximum degree? Maximum degree is 2. And hence this is a quadratic equation. Okay. So an equation of degree 2 is called quadratic equation. Now we can give some more example of quadratic equation like this: 4x square minus 7x minus 9 equal to 0. This is also a quadratic equation. 3y square plus 5y equal to 7. This is also a quadratic equation. So you, in this way you can cite a number of quadratic equation. Next step, what is the standard form of a quadratic equation? Standard form of a quadratic equation. Standard form of a quadratic equation. Okay. So the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. is the standard form of a quadratic equation. Where we have to write, there have a condition also, where a not equal to 0. This is the important condition. A never or cannot be 0. Now see why a cannot be 0 and other b or c can be 0 or not. First you say why a cannot be 0. A, see here, a is the coefficient of x square. Similarly, b is the coefficient of x and c is the constant term. In term ax square, let's say a is 0. Then what we get? In place of a, we write 0 and 0 into x square. 0 into x square becomes 0. That means when a equal to 0, then whole ax square term becomes 0. Okay. In this state, then we only have bx plus c equal to 0. Because ax square, the whole term becomes 0, then we only get bx plus c equal to 0, and that means this is no more a quadratic equation. It is no more a quadratic equation because bx plus c equal to 0 is a linear equation, but we need a quadratic equation. Hence, in the standard form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, the main condition is a never becomes 0 or a not equal to 0. So remember this is the standard form of a quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a cannot be 0. Now say whether the other terms, that is bx, can become 0 or not. Suppose in term bx, b is 0, then it becomes 0 into x. 0 into x, that is 0. Then what happened? Ax square plus c equal to 0. Yes, ax square plus c equal to 0 is also a quadratic equation. Similarly, if c equal to 0, then the equation becomes ax square plus bx equal to 0. Okay, so that is ax square plus bx equal to 0 is also a quadratic equation. So what we get? Here we get that in the standard form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, the only condition is a cannot be 0. Keep mind this one, a cannot be 0 or a never becomes 0. B and c can be 0. Now one important note, you can write here note, if b equal to 0, then b equal to 0, then the equation becomes ax square plus c equal to 0, and this is called pure quadratic equation. This is called pure quadratic equation. It is called pure quadratic equation. Okay, so pure quadratic equation is in the form of ax square plus c equal to 0. Some example of pure quadratic equation I can give here. Example of pure quadratic equation is 2x square plus 5 equal to 0. 7y square minus y, not y, 7y square minus 3 equal to 0. 4x square plus 8 equal to 0. All are pure quadratic equations. So this is note 1. Okay. In note 2, if b equal to 0, suppose this time b is c equal to 0, not b. Our standard form was ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So where a not equal to 0. Now if c equal to 0, in standard form ax square plus bx plus c, if c equal to 0, then the equation becomes ax square plus bx equal to 0, and this type of equation is known as adapted quadratic equation. Adapted quadratic equation. So what is adapted quadratic equation? In the standard form of quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, if c equal to 0, then the equation becomes ax square plus bx equal to 0, and it is called adapted quadratic equation. Got it? Now some example of adapted quadratic equations are 7x square plus 6x equal to 0, 9x square minus 8x equal to 0, 2y square, this time variable is y, 2y square minus 3y equal to. Okay, so till now we get or we learn what is quadratic equation, what is standard form of a quadratic equation, and different types of a quadratic equation. Different types of quadratic equation means in the standard form of a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus 0, a never becomes 0. If b is 0, then the quadratic equation becomes ax square plus c equal to 0, which is pure quadratic equation. And if c equal to 0, then the equation becomes in this form ax square plus bx equal to 0, and this is called adapted quadratic equation. And here I give some examples of adapted quadratic equation. Okay, so this is the introduction about quadratic equation. Now we have to proceed how to solve a quadratic equation. Solving of a quadratic equation. Let's go solving of a quadratic equation. Solving of a quadratic equation. Okay, solving of a quadratic equation. So solving of a quadratic equation means finding the value of variable. Finding the value of variable of a quadratic equation, that is called the solving of a quadratic equation. Okay, so now how we solve a quadratic equation? We have some methods, we have some procedures, and when we follow these procedures or when we go throughout the methods, and we can solve a quadratic equation, that means finding the value of variable. So here I give you some methods of solving of a quadratic equation. They are number one, prime factorization method. Prime factorization method. Okay, already you familiar about this method. That is prime factorization method. So first method of solving of a quadratic equation is prime factorization method. Prime, here I write, this is prime factorization method. Second one is by method of by method of completing square. Completing square. Method of completing square. This is the second method of solving of a quadratic equation, that is by method of completing square. And third one is by using quadratic formula. Using quadratic formula. So these three are the main method. That means almost this is the method of solving of a quadratic equation. And I definitely go one by one. How to, that means how we solve a quadratic equation using prime factorization method, using by method of completing square, and by using quadratic formula. Okay, so first I want to discuss about the second method, by method of completing square. It is because already you almost familiar about the prime factorization method. So the second method, that is the by method of completing square, and mostly elaborately I try to discuss here. Okay, so let's see how we can solve a quadratic equation is using by method of completing square.
नीला नीला है सही ना किबा हम हो गया पानी दिस कलर को ना
method of completing square. Okay, so first this is our method of completing square. Okay, so first you write the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is the standard form of a quadratic equation, where you have to write where a not equal to 0. So some steps. Okay, I show you the different steps of solving of a quadratic equation using method of completing square. So step 1, first step, this is the constant term now. This constant term first you take in the right side of the equation. The constant term, when we take the constant term in right side, we get x square plus bx minus c. Okay, this is the step 1. First you write the quadratic equation x square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Then second implies, in second step you have to write, you have to take the constant term in the right side, that is the right side. So after taking the constant term in right side, we get ax square plus bx equal to minus c. Then this is the step 1. Step 2, next one. In this step, you have to divide both sides of this equation, both sides, by the coefficient of x square. We have to divide both sides of this line, of this equation, by the coefficient of x square. Okay. So what is the coefficient of x square? The coefficient of x square is a. Coefficient of x square is a. Now divide both sides of this equation by a. What you get? A x square divide 3 plus bx divide a minus c by. In this step, what we done? We divide both sides by the coefficient of x square. The coefficient of x square is a. So by a, we divide both sides. After dividing, we get ax square by a, then bx by a, and then minus c by a. Now here you can cancel a and a, and after cancelling a, you get x square plus b by a x equal to minus c by. Okay. So after dividing, here you write dividing both side by the coefficient of COA double F I C I and the coefficient of x square. Okay. So now we get x square plus b by a x equal to minus c by. Now you see, in left side we have x square plus b by a x. Now the left side we try to make a perfect square. The left hand side, whatever in left hand side, we try to make a perfect square. The perfect square, we already know we have two perfect square. One is a plus b whole square and another one a minus b whole square. So a plus b whole square and a minus b whole square are the two perfect square. So a plus b whole square, when we get a plus b whole square, if the term is a square plus 2ab plus b square. If the term is a square plus 2ab plus b square, then we can write a plus b whole square. Similarly, if the term is a square minus 2ab plus b square, then it is a minus b whole square. So now observe, in left hand side, if the left hand side we want to make a perfect square, then definitely we convert the left hand side either a square plus 2ab plus b square or a square minus 2ab plus b square. So here you see there is no minus sign. Okay, x square plus b by ax, there is no minus. That means we have to convert, or we can make this one a square plus 2ab plus b square, then we get a. First, the left hand side x square plus b by ax, we want to make a perfect square. So there is no plus sign, that means it is a plus b whole square. So when it becomes a plus b whole square, if this term can make in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. So let first make the left hand side in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay, see here, it is already x square, then twice ab. 2, a means x. 2 comes from twice ab term, so 2a, a means x. Then b, you have to make the word b. How to make b? We can take b as b by twice. Now see here, if you cancel 2 and 2, the whole term becomes b by a x. That means our term remains same. Thus we make b by a x as twice ab. How we make twice ab? 2 dot a and b is b by twice a. Then twice ab, then plus b square. What we get b? B by twice a. So write b by twice a whole square. Okay? b by twice a whole square. Then in right side we have minus c by a. Now you observe, in left side x square is x same, b by a, that is this one is similar with b by a. Now you see the b by twice a whole square term we just add in left side. B by twice a, this whole square term, this term we add in left side or not? Yes. So that means similar we have to do in right side also. In right side also means in right side we have to add b by twice a whole square. Now what are situations in left side and right side? In left side, whenever we add b by twice a whole square, the similar we have to do in right side also. In right side we will add b by twice a whole square. Now you observe, in left side you get a plus b by twice a whole square, because a square plus twice a b plus b square in left side. That means we get a plus b whole square. Here a mean x, b mean b by twice. And in right side you see here it is minus c by a, and splitting this square we get b square by 4a square. Okay, now got it? Again you see our different step. This is our standard form, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Next step, let me first step, we take the constant term in right side, and then we get ax square plus bx equal to minus c. Then we divide both sides with the coefficient of x square. Here our coefficient of x square is a, that means we need to divide both sides with the help of a. And by dividing we get ax square by a plus bx by a, and then minus c by a. And you have to write in the chat dividing both sides by the coefficient of x square. So now you see a cancel, then we get x square plus b by a equal to minus c by a. Next step, we make the left hand side a perfect square. Perfect square, we already know we have two perfect square. One is a plus b whole square, another one a minus b whole square. To make a plus b whole square, definitely our term must be in a square plus twice ab plus b square, or a minus b whole square, a square minus 2ab plus b square. So in left side there is no minus sign, definitely our term becomes a plus b whole square. So a plus b whole square, for making a plus b whole square we have to make a square plus twice ab plus b square, and here we make it. How we make it? X square means a square plus 2a mean x, and b is b by twice a, b by twice a. So you see, when 2 you can cancel 2, not now, you can cancel 2 and 2, and then it becomes b by x, then b square. So in this step we add b by twice a whole square in left side, and similar we need to do in right side, and similarly b by twice a whole square is added in right side. Now left hand side becomes a plus b whole square, and right hand side you say what we done here, minus c by a plus, and we splitting the whole square term, b square, and 2 square means 4 a square. Finish. Then next you see, next step, almost now our work here you take LCM. So LCM of a and 4a square is 4a square. Then here you get a 4a minus 4ac. Then next plus 4 square cancel, 1 left, a square. Okay, so here you take the by taking the LCM. Next step I will take care. here you get x plus b by twice a whole square equal 4 square, and plus the numerator first, b square minus 4a. Now right hand side you make it per square. 4a square can be write twice a, and b square minus 4ac. b square minus 4ac can be write b square minus 4ac. This is okay. 4a square, that is twice a whole square, and b square minus 4ac, that is square root b square minus 4ac, right? Twice. Now taking square root in both sides by taking square root in both sides, by taking square root in both sides, we get taking square root. To remove the square, we have to make square root. Okay, so by taking square root in both sides, we get x plus b by twice a equal to plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by twice. Okay, taking square root in both sides, we get square root in both sides of this line. We get x plus b by twice a equal to plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by twice. Now take the b by twice a term in right side. We get x equal to minus b by twice a plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by twice. Okay, then taking LCM, twice a minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by twice a. This is x. So finally we get x equal to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by twice. Okay, so the roots are so finally what you get, x equal to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided twice. Okay, and the root, the roots are minus b plus minus means one time we take plus, next one minus. So taking plus, we get b square minus 4ac divided twice a, and minus b minus b square 4ac divided. So these are the roots. So a quadratic equation have always two roots. We remember this line. A quadratic equation always have two roots. One root is minus b plus square root b square minus 4ac divided twice a, and then minus b minus b square minus 4ac divided twice. So in this way, we can solve a quadratic equation by the method of completing square. In this way, we can solve a quadratic equation by the method of completing square. So I solve a quadratic equation in my next class with the help of method of completing square. So today I want to finish my class till now.